Yeah, neurotechnology is certainly an emerging field, and in terms of what all opportunities it will create is still to be seen. But if you really think about it in terms of it gives you a human machine interface, and it allows you to enhance your brain function, and it allows you to really harness a human's brain to do a lot more than what it can do without the technology, especially if there is a disability involved. It can open up a lot of opportunities and doors, both individually and for organizations as well.
Neurotechnology has had a rapid progression since the 1950s, but the development of it really started in the 1600s, as discoveries about the brain and its nature accumulated. Moving forward to the 1900s, Hans Berger created electroencephalography, better known as EEG. This allows electrical activity to be detected within the brain. In the 1960s, neurotechnology further evolved when José Delgado built custom microelectronics that interfaced with the nervous system. This allowed for the development of deep brain stimulation, which another biologist was able to use on patients suffering from Parkinson's disease. In the 1970s, UCLA professor Jacques Vidal coined the term brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs. BCIs were used on disabled people so they can interact with their environment. Neurotech continued its growth in aiding patients and doctors with optogenetics, established in 2005. Optogenetics allows for the analysis of neural circuitries that relate to psychiatric and neurological disorders. Fast forward to 2016, there is the initiation of Neuralink and brain-machine interface technologies. While they were originally used to help rats with brain damage, Elon Musk formed electronic brain implants. This allows people to overcome neurological disorders or control devices through their minds, like sending a text with just a thought. Technologies continue to develop over time, and neurotechnology is no exception. Who's to say what new technologies and improvements could be developed in our lifetime?
In that context, I think research certainly solving some really complex problems that we cannot solve without the use of human machine interface, going into space, etc., etc. Those are some areas that come to mind. Now, will it create some new industries? Absolutely. I just don't know what those are yet. But that kind of disruption may happen too. But one thing we have to be careful about is a lot of times when there is a new technology, people think it's the best thing since sliced bread, and we should just, that's the answer to everything. I hope we don't do that with neurotechnology or any technology, and we really use the intellectual rigor required to understand how it can improve, how it can change, how we can do things differently and in new ways. But will it be disruptive to us as society? Yes and no, right? It will disrupt a few parts, but it will hopefully advance us overall as a society.
Hey, so how's that new technology to monitor employees' productivity at home going?
It's going well. I wish I could say the same for the employees. I'm looking at Peggy's right now. It looked like she got distracted sometime around lunch. I wonder what she was doing.
Yeah, Mom, I'm actually working from home. I love working remote. I hope these chips don't pick up any activity.
Adam, on the other hand, has been doing great. Very consistent, doesn't have as many highs and lows as Peggy, but he's looking like a great worker, just keeping consistent throughout the day and being productive. I'm very happy with him.
All right, well, that's great, but how do the employees feel about this monitoring while they're home?
I'm helping them out by letting them work from home. My bottom line is what matters. As long they're getting paid to do their job, it's important that they do it. So however it takes for them to get that done, if they know I'm watching what their productivity, that's all that really matters.
There are many potential uses for neurotech in people's lives as we look into the future. Particularly in business, neurotech enhances efficiency and analytics through neuromarketing, utilizing EEG and fMRI tailor-marketing strategies. It also promotes employee cognitive abilities and productivity with BCIs. These interfaces can be employed for tasks that require high levels of concentration, such as data analysis, problem-solving, and decision-making. Some companies are exploring the use of neuroassessment tools to gain insights into potential candidates' cognitive abilities, personality traits, and emotional intelligence. They provide additional data for hiring decisions. These technologies are transforming business conduct and employee experiences. The role BCIs play expands way beyond the business field and into other significant areas of society that will impact our lives.
Yeah, so what it seems like from what we've talked about so far, that a lot of the technology that's already being implemented is, in the form of just kind of making the operations more efficient from the ground standpoint. Um, do you actually see the military going so far as to try to implant chips in soldiers, considering that this adds a data risk and takes away the human aspect of having somebody on the ground?
Um, right now, I don't personally see that happening. Again, the risks are way too far from what the benefits actually would be. Um, Especially when it comes to hacking, because now you're hacking that technology, but you're also hacking that person that technology is in. So human life is more important than anything else. So now you're losing two things. Um, and definitely not knowing what those long-term effects will actually be towards that person. It's just the studies and everything are way too soon to actually make any kind of decision. But for a long time, I don't foresee this happening.
Hey Adam, what are you up to?
Look at this. This is the new BCI brain chip. With this chip, I'm actually able to control the drone using just my brain. Here, I'm actually practicing looking for survivors at a town that's just been bombed.
Oh wow, that's amazing.
Thank God Neurotech makes hacking this guy's brain data so easy.
In the ever-evolving theatre of war, technology has always played a pivotal role. Today we delve into the cutting-edge field of neurotechnology in the military, where the human brain becomes a frontier of defense. Firstly, we explore threat and deception perception. In the shadows of conflict, the ability to conceal the location of forces is vital. Neurotech aids in masking movements, limiting casualties, and confounding the enemy, drawing their resources away from key fronts. In military intelligence, neurotechnological advances are revolutionizing detection. They sense threats, enhance camouflage, and transform surveillance into an art of precision and foresight. Finally, we turn to image analysis. Through neurotech, the military enhances visualization for operations, improves human-system interaction, and opens new avenues for psychological profiling. Yet this power comes with pressing ethical concerns, particularly at the intersection of technology and the sanctity of the human mind. As we march into this new era, the implications of neurotechnology in warfare expand beyond the battlefield, raising questions about the future of conflict, the protection of our soldiers, and the preservation of our humanity.
What opportunities do you think neurotechnology creates in the world when it comes to healthcare in specific?
So, some kind of prototypes of neurotechnology have existed for quite a while. There's something called a cochlear implant, which is a device that helps restore hearing for people that have lost hearing, typically because of a traumatic injury to the head or something like that. In these folks, this device can be implanted in the ear. It kind of works like a hearing aid, but instead of amplifying the sound, it transduces the sound into electrical signals through the implant. So that's one way that it has existed previously. I'm sure that neurotechnology can allow that to expand into some other areas as well.
Hey Adam, what's going on, man?
Hey doctor, so I was in the military and during my training exercises, there was a big explosion. Ever since then, my hearing has gotten progressively worse. And I was doing some research online. It said that you were a specialist for this new cochlear implant treatment.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you came to me. Yeah, this is a new treatment that we've been working on. It's actually working with Neurotech. I've done it for a few patients in the past. Essentially, the premise of the treatment is we'd have to implant this small device into your ear, and there would also be another external band going around the outside of your ear. And opposed to like a traditional hearing aid, which is going to amplify the sound waves, this is actually going to transmit the sound waves directly into electrical signals that are sent right to your brain. I've done it for a few patients in the past, and it's gone really well, and I'm really excited about the prospects of this new technology.
Oh, that sounds great. Are there any negative side effects that I should be aware of?
We have had a few patients have other sensory functions impaired right after the treatment. For example, like something might taste a little bit different right after the procedure, or others have experienced things like vertigo. But if you do choose to go forward with it, we'll make sure to monitor your progress very closely and make sure that you are reaping those benefits of your potential hearing improvement.
Oh, this sounds great. Let's do it.
Awesome.
Neurotechnology has become a multifaceted field of study that has made an important contribution to healthcare. It aims to treat neurological and psychological disorders in patients, ultimately improving their quality of life. Neurotechnology combines different technologies to understand and harness brain function. Among its applications are neuroprostheses that enhance physical abilities. The neurotech devices market is projected to grow significantly, reaching an estimated value of $42.1 billion in the next 8 years. In healthcare, neurotechnology is paving the way for advancements in cell therapies, brain-machine interfaces, and the treatment of neurodegenerative diseases. This indicates a promising future for patient outcomes and quality of life. As we venture into the complex realm of technology, it's essential to weigh both its benefits and drawbacks. Let's begin with the positives. Deep brain stimulation, tailored to our individual medical needs, offers a beacon of hope for many. Ethics in neurotech reveal intriguing societal implications, where companies glean insights to optimize profits. In the military, neurotechnology aids in intelligence gathering and enhances image analysis for sharper insights. From the MRI breakthroughs of the 1980s to the revolutionary brain-machine interfaces of today, our journey through neurotech is one of constant innovation. But like any powerful tool, neurotechnology also has its drawbacks. There's the inherent risk of brain hemorrhage or stroke, and the potential for technical malfunctions. Ethical concerns arise, from privacy breaches to the psychological impacts of altering human experiences. In the military realm, misuse of resources and threats to personal autonomy cast a shadow over neurotech's applications. And for those battling post-traumatic stress disorder, the road to recovery can be fraught with challenges, such as navigating the complexities of EMDR therapy.
Now, do the potential benefits outweigh any of the kind of negatives that people are seeing right now of neurotechnology?
I could make an argument both ways, right? So again, it depends on who you talk to, but at least for now, I would see a lot of advantages and benefits in the healthcare and individual health space.
On like the ethics behind it, you guys devote your life to our government and to the people. Now, do you foresee that coming up with an issue among the soldiers on ethics on actually getting a chip implanted into them, or no?
Personally, I believe that is going to be an ethical issue, especially when it comes to my field in the military. You're going to be pretty much humanized, so you're going to lose that critical thinking ability based on the situations that you might be in that might require something else to where that program is designed to do only one way. So ethically, that's where the line would be for me when it comes to military police side. Being controlled by somebody behind a computer on what you want to do as well, and being a so-called universal soldier And again, some people might like that, but not knowing what the long-term effects would be also an ethical issue.
As we journey deeper into the realm of neurotechnology, it becomes clear, while the promise is great, so too are the responsibilities that accompany it.